Well, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Up Next. It's your girl Kiona, and I'm super excited to be here this evening. I've been on a hiatus, I guess, or sabbatical from Up Next, and have not been on air in a while. So I'm just really excited to be on live tonight with you all, bringing back critical conversations that our community has much enjoyed during COVID, and it's been kind of interesting and eye-opening all in one to hear the feedback and really kind of dive deep into how I want to take this platform further and use our conversations with leaders in our community and people who have come on the show to further implement more panelists and how the program will move forward with Up Next with the podcast. And so tonight, I have a very special guest. I think it's most importantly, everyone should know who Dell Gines is. Like, I feel like he's the mastermind behind just wealth, teaching us about the promised land and how we can change our inequities to promise and wealth and for future generations. And so I know I've been inspired from the opportunities and the people that I've gotten to see him interact with and exchange this dialogue about where we should be going in our community and how we should look at our daily lives as it pertains to leaving legacy. And so I have brought him on the show and I'm super excited. And I hope that you are blessed with this conversation as much as I will be. So make sure you share the broadcast and none other, Mr. Dale. How are
Hey,
you?
good, good. A little tired right
Um,
now. You got me up past my bedtime, but other than that, I'm good.
we gotta wake you up. We gotta get you up, and we gotta get you on here. Thank you so much, first off, for coming on and talking with me. And I always open up the show with asking everybody, tell us a little bit about you. Obviously, the times in which we live right now are not normal. Everything is kind of awkward, kind of crazy. We are still in the midst of a global pandemic and trying to live our lives accordingly. And so just want to hear from you. Like, how's the family? How are you doing? Like, really, how are you doing? And just how work.
Yeah, no, everybody's doing good. Here, fortunately, none of us have gotten sick, uh, yet. Knock on wood, we won't. Um, just been working from home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody who's fortunate enough to be able to, kind of just doing what I do. And fortunately, a lot of what I do for the Federal Reserve is content creation or program anyway. So it wasn't like I needed to be in the office. The biggest challenge, honestly, is not working from home, is not being able to travel because I'm from
Yeah.
Omaha, and places like Kansas City. I'd be up there at least once a month for sure, if not more times. I'm traveling around to speak to different communities, big and small. So that's really been the tough part, is because you can only do so much virtual. Like the side
Mm-hmm.
conversations that you have, the people that you meet when you're out and about is different than just even this, where we're gonna have a conversation, but afterwards we're not gonna be able to chat offline or talk to the other people offline. And that's the big thing that I really miss right now.
Absolutely. And for people who don't know, you're with the Federal Reserve for the Omaha branch, and you are their senior community development advisor. Talk a
Mhm.
little bit about that and how it's kind of shifted with the pandemic and just some things that maybe you already had going before then and things that are happening now.
Yeah, so the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City is one of the 12 regional banks that handles monetary policy in the nation. So the central bank of the nation, basically, we control monetary policy, all of those things, along with the board of governors, and
Mm-hmm.
we cover pretty much seven of the middle states. Running from part of Missouri, which is Kansas City, west over to New Mexico. Um, my primary responsibility is small business and economic development, and that's what most people obviously know me for.
Mm-hmm.
The work that we've done in entrepreneurship ecosystem building, the reports that we released, like on Black women entrepreneurship, ecosystem building, income easy color, etc. And we're actually this year. I actually have planned to, go around the region and probably a little bit in the nation and do outreach on the ecosystem building and communities of color guide that me and Rodney Sampson from Atlanta in OHUB, which is actually now in KC now,
Yeah.
released. And obviously all of that stopped. So we kind of did a hard pivot. I got a guy that I co-authored with the Atlanta Fed on Recovery Guide for Small Businesses of Color. That's with our editors now. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that out in mid-August and be able to start, doing webinars and other things around it. Like everybody else, we're going virtual. So I've been doing a lot of webinar speaking, panelists, local, national conferences, Facebook, whatever, because people finally pivoted and it's relatively easy to do now with the technology. So that's really been what we've been working on right now.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. And sorry, I got a little echo here.
Now I lost your sound.
There we go.
Okay, you're back.
Can we talk about just here over the course of COVID and what we've seen economically? I know you have a lot of different experiences and you talk about, wealth and the generational gap or the inequities that lay in the urban core pertaining to the Black community and how it's critical foundationally that we learn and that we invest and so forth to make sure that we have a seat at the table, I would say. How has that, I guess for you, what has that been like to watch, right? Like COVID-19 was just one factor and that set us back or exposed a lot financially and economically, and then shifting into this movement or social injustice and everything that we're going through. So how does that play a factor or role in how you look at where we are as an economy right now?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it from two perspectives, because these views are obviously mine. They're not necessarily the Fed's. But, when I came to the Federal Reserve almost 10 years ago, I can't believe I've almost been here a decade. The work that I wanted to design at the Fed was ultimately related to primarily addressing the challenges African Americans face, Black people face in Black communities, because that's where I'm from. I live in a Black community here in Omaha. It's one of the most challenged communities in the nation. So when I came to the Fed, I was like, okay, well, we need to begin to address the economic side of it. Because, I've been on both sides of the community, especially, coming from the Black community here in Omaha. It's one of the most challenged communities in the nation. So when I came to the Fed, I was like, okay, well, we need to begin to address the economic side of it. Okay, there, am I back? Can you still hear me, Kia?
Okay.
You got me?
One second. This is crazy. I'm having tech issues tonight. 1 second.
Okay, let's see if I can hear myself right now. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Bear with me for one quick second.